Our 2025 250 season predictions. We have 5 categories to go over, similar to like the 450 stuff. We have bold prediction, breakout year, the biggest flop, or who's going to underachieve for the season, most wins, the champion. We're going to split this up into a West and East. We're going to start with the West because they're upcoming first. All right, so let's start off with the 250 West. For my bold prediction, and this one is kind of crazy because I don't know if it's going to happen. There's going to be a brand new winner in the 250 West class. There's really only a couple guys that can do it here.
Juju.
It could be Juju. I have a sleeper pick that I think possibly could do it if it's the right circumstances. If it's muddy, Cole Davies. He's flying at the test track. He's on Star. I think there could be a possibility where he could do it.
Yeah.
But everything has to fall in line, right?
Honestly, I could see Juju or Davies getting one for sure.
Davies a little far-fetched a little bit, but
is it though?
He's flying, man.
But he looks great. Like not good. He looks like very good.
In that clip that you sent me, bro, his whip speed looked insane, bro. Like it was nuts. I was like, holy crap, that's a top 5 guy right there. I was like,
happy to say I played bikes with him before he wins a bunch of championships. Let's go. He kind of rips on bikes too. My bold prediction for the whole season, yeah, we're coming out heavy here. Okay, Deegan goes perfect season.
Are you serious?
We're just getting it out of the way, all right? We're all thinking it. We all know it. It's just going to be perfect
with
season for the
Faulkner
Deegs.
In there? With possibly Levi?
Yeah, for the Deegs. Yep.
This guy's on crack.
The more names you say, the more I'm doubting that. But, you know, I think it's possible. Definitely think it's
100% it's possible. Okay, going into our next category, we got breakout year. And this kind of goes into what I had earlier with my bold prediction, a new winner. I think Juju is going to be the breakout guy for this upcoming season. I really do see him getting like top 5s consistently, man. He had a very strong rookie season. Ups and downs for sure. What we saw at SMX is anything for this upcoming season. He's going to be really good. Yep. And I think he's just going to break out, get multiple top 5s, potentially a win. You know, potentially some heat race wins. I mean, honestly, I can see him doing extremely well, maybe even top 3 in the championship.
Does it count as a breakout year if Faulkner does really good? I mean,
I don't know. Maybe comeback.
Yeah, I guess it would be comeback year. Okay, if Faulkner doesn't count, I would go with Juju. I think if anyone's going to give Deegs a run for his money, it's Faulkner. Kitchen as well. But I think Faulkner is going to do really good. But if he doesn't count because he's been in the 250 class for like 7 years, then Juju for sure.
I don't know about Faulkner. I think you could do maybe comeback rider of the year, which that probably falls in line a little bit more. It's not really a breakout when he's a contender, you know?
Yeah, so, but like he's also got like 18th in points every year.
That's kind of true.
Yeah, as long as he makes it through the first corner of A1, we're off to a good start.
Yeah, very true. And we're rooting for Faulkner. Like, honestly, we want Faulkner to do so well. All right, so going into the next category, our biggest flop or who's going to underachieve for the season. And personally, I have Jordan Smith. He's coming off a spectacular season last year. He finished 3rd in the points, got a win, multiple different podiums. However, this upcoming season in 250 West, it's pretty freaking stacked, and I don't know if he's going to get that 3rd in the championship, if he's going to even get a win this upcoming season. I can see him potentially getting some podiums, but I also see him more in like that 5th, 6th spot and maybe finishing 5th and 6th. And that's why I'm saying it's underachieved, because last year he got 3rd. He won a race, multiple podiums. This year I think he's just going to fall back a little bit. And honestly, I hope he does well, but I just kind of see other riders doing better than him, to be fair.
I had to look to see if I was on your page because we have the same predictions here. I thought anyway. Yeah, Jordan Smith definitely not getting 3rd. I'm sorry. I love you. I don't see I don't want to be mean, but I don't see a top 5 in the chip, to be honest.
Dude, this freaking West Coast is so stacked, bro.
It's so stacked. We haven't even mentioned Schmoeder. You know?
Yeah, we haven't even mentioned Shimoda. I mean, you got Levi, Faulkner, Deegs. We also are saying that Davies, possibly like Juju. I mean, this class isn't. You got to think about Marchbanks is also riding the West Coast. That's been confirmed. It's really hard to put Jordan right there when you have all of these other guys. So I do want to say that, like, even though Faulkner's on a brand new bike, like just as same as Jordan, I personally believe that Faulkner is better than Jordan. So that's why I would put Faulkner above Jordan and do extremely well, right? So
that bike would have to be really bad for Faulkner not to do well on it.
Yeah. And I think it, honestly, with him doing West Coast, I think it shows his confidence in the bike. It shows him confidence in himself. And that's kind of, honestly, surprising to me because I thought he was for sure going to go East Coast, get more prep time, get more comfortable with the bike. But he's coming out swinging at A1, bro. It's going to be so freaking good.
Yeah,
it's so good.
That shows a lot of confidence because especially everyone knows Deegs is on there. And I don't think Faulkner's trying to come back and do like a rebuild year, kind of running out of rebuild years. You know what I mean? I would expect him to try to come back and perform. Once Deegs said that he was going to be on West, I kind of assumed that some of those guys that were really, really good, but maybe not like a direct title contender because of last year, would just go East, and then East would have been really stacked. But here we are, brother. Here we are.
Yeah, here we are with Faulkner, Deegs, Levi, Shimoda. Bro.
Yeah, it's
West
crazy.
Coast is insane. So who's going to have the most wins? I mean, since you technically already said Deegan's going undefeated, Deegan's going to have the most wins. Will he win the showdowns?
He's going to win everything.
He's going to win all 250 races.
All the races.
This guy's on crack, guys. I don't know. I don't know,
brother. I mean, it's not that crazy to think, you know?
It's not, but yeah, that's wild. Okay, but I do also have Deegan having the most wins. I do. He's probably going to get, probably, I would say 5, roughly. I think personally 5. Last year you got a couple. I think putting 5 is maybe overestimating it a little bit, but honestly, I do see Deegan as the best guy, so I think he's going to get the most wins.
I don't know, bro. It's pretty tough to battle with old Danger Daddy.
That is very true. Okay, so going into our champion for the West Coast, let's be real. If he's winning the most races, if he's going undefeated, it's going to be Deegan for the 250 West Coast. Let's be real.
Yeah, I think that's kind of an obvious one. I mean, I don't want to say obvious and discredit everyone else, but I think it's the safest bet, which there is betting now on Supercross, which is very interesting. I mean, I feel like just bet on Jet every week, but anyway.
You most likely should, right?
Seems like, yeah, Deegs is kind of the most likely vanilla, boring answer for the chip.
I think if you put him on either coast, he's winning it. So regardless of what coast he was going to be on, he was going to be our champion regardless.
Yeah.
So okay, so that's our West Coast. All right, now we got to get into the East Coast side. And honestly, I'm kind of very excited for the East Coast because I feel anything can happen. I mean, anything can happen on this coast. We have 2 defending champs racing it, Tommy V, RJ. We also have some race winners. We got Nate Thrasher racing it. We got McAdoo racing it. We also have Pierce Brown racing it, who's going to be racing on the East Coast. So, East Coast is going to be freaking good, even though we have, a super stacked West Coast. With all that being said, let's jump right into bold prediction here. And for my 250 East Coast bold prediction, we'll have 5 different race winners. 5.
That's a lot.
Tommy V, RJ, Nate Thrasher's a winner. Max Anstey's a winner. McAdoo is a winner. Pierce Brown could potentially win.
That's crazy.
Did I say RJ? I think I did. But there's at least 6. I feel like there's more that I'm missing too. Hang on. There's more that I'm missing. Chance Hymas. Potentially. Maybe. I don't know. Seth Hamaker can win a race. There's 7 guys that could
win.
But that's what I'm saying. I think there's a potential that 5 different riders are going to win this year.
I'm down.
It might only be 2. It might be just RJ and Tommy V, but you never know.
Yeah. Master Pool podiums. That's my bold prediction. I don't really think it's that bold, to be honest. I think that
he's pretty bold.
I mean, he's been building. I think he's been real quiet, though, in the offseason. You know, I saw one post from him that said, I'm still alive or something like that, and he was putting laps in. I don't know. I would not be surprised if he came out, full year under PC, full off season under PC, comes out and does really, really well.
To be fair with you, I think his only shot is Daytona.
I don't know about. All right. Well.
I mean, that's what I got. That's what I got.
I don't know.
All right.
I think he could be pretty good.
Going into our breakout year, but do you think Ty Masterpool could have a breakout year?
Yeah.
maybe
That's not
some
who I
top
have,
fives. No,
but
no,
yeah.
I know. I'm just asking in
Yeah.
general. I think he could. I think he could get a couple top
Absolutely.
fives and ride really, really good. But for my breakout year for the 250 East, it's going to be Pierce Brown. He's coming off that spectacular win at SMX last round at Vegas. He's on the brand new Star bike. He's looking freaking fast as
Insane.
hell on his clips. Honestly, he's never won a race. Like, he's never won a Supercross race, just in the Supercross series. He won the SMX race, but not in Supercross. I think he might have a couple this year. I really do. And he's going to be fighting for that championship, in my opinion. So I really do think he's going to have that breakout year, get a lot of different wins, podiums, heat race wins, qualify, like top qualities and stuff like that.
Yeah, I have him for my breakout as well. I think he was held back a bit on the Gab and is now, on the right machine and on a good program. And I think he's going to do really, really well this year. He's my pick as well for breakout.
Yeah, I
Pierce
think
Brown
that's,
brothers.
I really do think that maybe that's like the safe bet, but I also feel like he's going to have a spectacular year. All right, going into our underachiever for the 250 East, and now I know I named off a bunch of guys that could potentially win a race. The one guy I have kind of underachieving this year is Cameron McAdoo.
You're making him rip his pants open again.
Yeah, I know. For real. We don't want to see that, though. Let's not go viral for that. He did do spectacular when he was racing. He did have 5 straight races of either first or second last year before he called it quits with his injuries. However, this year, I do think there are going to be some guys that are going to be better than him this year. We have Tommy V racing, RJ racing. We have Pierce Brown as a breakout guy and a championship contender. Nate Thrasher can thrive too. We have Seth Hammaker that can thrive. So I do see Cameron McAdoo not being where he was last year and getting that top 2 consistently. I think he's going to maybe be 4th, 5th this year, right? And that's, in my eyes, that's kind of underachieving for McAdoo because he was right there. He should have been the guy last year, right?
Do you think
so
McAdoo is going to underachieve more than Thrasher?
yes.
Interesting.
That's that, hey, it's kind of bold.
That's interesting. I mean,
But
something.
I mean,
something.
with how stacked the East Coast is with RJ, Tommy V, everybody that I mentioned, I do feel him kind of dropping down a little bit. And from last year, he was top 2 for 4 straight rounds until he got hurt.
I mean, that's a pretty nice stat, though, And
I mean,
the
it
boy
is,
can
but
ride soupy.
that is true.
Maybe if it was outdoors, I don't know. I'm in heavy disagreement with you there, brother. I don't think Tom is going to perform near as well as he did last year.
You don't think he's going to get the chip? That's going to be your
I don't think he'll get the chip.
It's going to be tougher this year, I think, for sure.
I do think it's going to be tougher this year. Kind of hope I'm wrong because I really like him. I think he's cool. But yeah, that's where I'm at.
For Tommy V last year, I was looking at the stats, and besides the first race and obviously the last race where he was just trying to survive and get the championship, but every other race, he was just consistent. Like, he obviously won a couple rounds and stuff, but I think the thing for him was he was just super consistent. That's why he won the chip, while, say, Deegan kind of was inconsistent a little bit. That's why he didn't win the chip. As we're mentioning, we have a bunch of new riders that are in the mix now, right? And I do see maybe Tom, since he's not a Supercross specialist yet, could be fading a little bit, and maybe RJ steals that championship from him, or Pierce Brown can steal that championship from him. So I could definitely see that. Going into our next category, most wins. This one's kind of spicy because you won't see a lot of wins for the most wins. You won't see Deegan say 5, in my opinion.
I
right?
agree. I agree for sure.
So with that being said, I'm going to pick RJ for the most wins. I think he is the most established for the class, and I think this guy probably has the same guy, huh? Do we have the same guy?
Well, he's looking at my screen while I'm playing Halo or something, man.
Bro. What? But yeah, I mean, personally, let's be real. RJ's established. He just won the championship, and I think he's going to have the most wins. He is coming back from injury, though, so I don't know how that's going to play a factor. But he is going to have that extra couple, I think, 4 or 5 weeks before Tampa. So I think that's going to help him a lot. But yeah, I think RJ is just going to have more.
Yeah, I think he'll have the most wins. I don't think, like you said, I don't think it's going to be over 3. And I don't think he's going to win the chip. But I do think he'll have the most wins.
I think with RJ, almost last year, right? Levi probably should have won that chip last year. Instead, McAdoo took him out.
Whoa, brother.
That's facts. But he was very inconsistent. And that's why, he almost lost the chip, right? Because he had those weird crashes and stuff. And I totally agree with you, because for my 250 East champion, this one's kind of wild. It's going to be Pierce Brown.
bro.
What are you talking,
Hey,
bro?
I was over here like, oh, I'm cooking with this, you know, and you were doing the same thing. All right, well, sorry guys, the show is just copy pasta, I guess, you know.
Dude, I seriously believe that I seriously believe that if Pierce can be consistent
Same.
and get like top threes and then get a couple wins, he's gonna win that chip. Last year I was looking at the stats and he was consistently 4th, 5th. If he bumps that up to say 2nd, 3rd, and then get a couple wins, he's a champ, guaranteed.
Yep. That was quite literally exactly what I was thinking. Just solid. We'll get a couple wins. I think maybe RJ gets more wins, but I think PB's more consistent, and I think probably faster. Obviously, we don't know, but that sprint speed, I would not be surprised if PB was like 1st or 2nd top quality every week. Doesn't really have a lot of crashes, or at least I haven't seen in the last couple years. It's just kind of been a little farther back mid. Yeah, I think he gets it done this year.
Those are our predictions. And honestly, we got a couple bold ones in there. Hopefully by the end of the year, when we look back at this, we're kind of accurate. I kind of hope so, at least. Maybe not, but hey. But all right. So with that being said, we'll have an A1 predictions video out here in a couple days. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for all the love on these videos, man. It means a lot to us. And yeah, just appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. And we'll catch you guys back here in the next video. We're out. Peace.